What's popping, y'all? YouTube, it's your girl Hey Weezy, and I am back with another video for y'all. As you can see, I have a special guest, my brother, my fellow
suppose Gemini.
Well, you're not my fellow fire whatever sign, but I am Moon and Gemini, so I guess I can say my fellow Gemini, but my fellow zodiac sister sign, and my brother.
That's very true. Really, brother.
Yeah.
My name is Hanok Tesfai. I'm here on my sister's channel, so more support.
Okay, so he gonna get out of his comfort zone in a minute, y'all. Y'all just gotta give him a minute. Okay, sorry. So anyways, today's YouTube video is gonna be about us listing 10 things that Habesha parents need to stop doing all over diaspora and all over Tigray, because it's toxic and y'all need to be able to learn from y'all fucking toxic ways and be better individuals for yourselves and for your kids. Expressing Habesha parents need to stop doing, okay? በእንግሊዝኛ ክብሎዩ አነ ደግሞ እናመለስኩ በትግርኛ ክደግሞ ያ ማለት እዩ. And sometimes I'm also gonna you know, piggyback off him and give you guys the things that Habesha parents need to also stop doing, okay? Okay, let's get into it. Go ahead, start off with your number 1 point that Habesha parents need to stop doing.
Alright,
you gotta get close, remember?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh shit, right.
I'm gonna take that out too. Point 1.
Alright, so I want to bring one up that a lot of people got to deal with, you feel me, is, you know, it's definitely noticed by parents but overlooked. When a child displays anger, me and my sister were speaking of this earlier, and when a child displays anger and parents write it off with just basmanval or chid, you know, all that, you feel me, like, you feel me, just they get real religious and it really pushes to stoicism, but yeah, you know, like. Okay, so ahwate haway liblo malet waladetat, you know, like qol'a you know, كبسات خلو ويدمو بطعم كنادر خلو كأو تناديرو act out كجبر خلو of real life هند after خوين خاودي لمن تاي تنادر لها تاي ينادركها إلهم تتأيقسي you know شيطان حيزكها ويدمو بس ما أمبل إلهم هم وجرهم مسي like chilla تولوا إن السوتسبو أي خاني مغنياتهم كرح غنا يخليو إن عملي جار work on that toxic trait, because it could be a very dangerous trait. It could split families apart. It could force children to pretty much distance themselves from wanting to grow a relationship with you guys. Yeah, and that's on period, and that's for point number 1. We're gonna go ahead and get to number point 2. Okay, go ahead, do your thing, period. So
2.
This is another one. I just want y'all to think about this for real. I feel like in our culture, we have a selfless concern for others, you know? Like, I don't know how to explain it, but we're willing to go out our pocket to satisfy someone's view of us, you know? It could be from, you know, having gasha, getting the buna ready, trying to get meals ready, getting prepped. As much as you do that to guests, you got to really think about, like, this doesn't stand for all households, how that money could be better used, you know? It's like they're really passive with the way they go about handling it, you know?
So you think they overdo for others than
like a nerd.
Rather than no, it's real though. Like, I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say prior to me translating it. Like, so you're saying like they overdo for others and they're overly concerned of what other people think of them.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so so basically how we live law.
Alright, here.
Ethiopians are likely. My
yeah, Habashas. Let's use
Habashas.
Habashas.
Habashas are likely to go out their way to accommodate a guest, even if they do not have adequate means to support them.
Okay, so basically live low. Okay, so خذ المثال عند حرقاشة هالينا سي لتقاشة كنستجد لتقاشة كنخبخب لتقاشة بدنبي تكر كنقبر متزقاشة تصبق time like you know like قاشة نخبخب خلينا بتعمل too much نقبر تصبق بوت عند حلي لهم قاشة كتقبلوا لبعلهم of قاشة كتقبلوا moments or I don't know how to explain it but just saying to say like don't put yourself in a position to have to extend yourself for others when you know you are not well enough just on your own yet. Saying to say put yourself first. لبعل خاتم take care قبروا مجمرة قدم السب take care كتقولوا you basically la right? La yeah. Okay, we're gonna get to point number 3. Go ahead and take the mic, honey. This is
Alright, so I was saying generosity like comes from all fucking sides, bro. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
That shit is real, and it's just like why give to someone who you know, like think about it like this. Let me put you in a situation. Let's say you give a gift to someone, and that person doesn't understand your culture and doesn't give you a gift back, but takes your gift. To the Ethiopian person, that person is
the Habesha
selfish.
person.
Yeah, the Habesha person. It's you don't, you're not grateful. Maybe you're not a people person type shit. And we are people.
I've actually witnessed people do that before. You are absolutely correct. Okay, so days point 3. So you know, I actually is عملزي معت حبشات تري فلت إياه like you know I don't know خلنا reason كفل عليه خليو جن مفزحت زي أنا هم تدرخ وكنا جرايا مفزحتنا like لخونا نجار gift من عمل نجز خلنا حبشات كحكوا ساميلنا نجارو خلنا ل أنا لأي ديسك خلني أمبي كتتصبي كتملسها لأيخونة نبل جن بوشتنا جن أنحنا لهون النجار نهو خلنا بوشتلا expectation نجارو نتصبيا نجار نيو بوشتنا كيريتها منامن نتحزلو جن لسه حق علينا نجار همو منامن عمل إننا أنا حاول بلولو السوتات كنا حد جنينا إزي expectation ندخل هون نجار تجارو خينكم قبل بخم بقى قبل بخم غيركم سيلكم تسأتولون بي بوشت خمس همز غير لا إياه ولا لا همز غير اللو إياه الخمسي expectation أي تجارو أي تقيمو كافسب أي تتصبيو okay so دقعدة we're gonna get to point number 4.
Alright, point number 4 is parents like to use humor to mask anger, within themselves, and they mask their narcissism when you approach them about it. You feel me? And they be acting real childish about how they handle that. Like maybe they'll hit you with that good old why, or you feel me? Or just stress the situation like.
Like, can you be more clear what you mean by that? Like, what do you mean when, like...
They can bring in religion, too, really, and just start screaming type shit till you get away from their space with all the nonsense. But they really just don't want to acknowledge it, and they act very childish about their own, like, actions,
Oh, like, they don't hold themselves accountable.
Yeah, accountability.
And they gaslight.
Bro, I've been in so many situations where I've heard or overheard some Ethiopian
Habashas. Good job.
My bad. Habasha person, like, really try to hoe another person. Like under the low type shit, but it was so obvious that the other person was just being hella passive about it. That shit is weird to me.
Okay, so دقعدة basically is how I do lo. So حبشتات مس دقهم ويدا ما مس محازتهم وين مس بيتسبهم منام كان كتجاني يخلهم لخون سب like إزي هم لمثالي بتقولوا example use كقبل مالتي عندي حر دقهم أتيمهم hey همزي غير خسي همزي في الخوينة عندي هري لهم دقهم سي بنديت ولا لا بتعرفي أنا همزنا جورخو عبية أنا همزنا جورخو عبية سي هم غيركم همزي كتولنس الخمس gaslight أي تجارو لدقهم هندا أفهموا تجارو ها تاي action لو سرخو أيو همزي فلجركي كاو ترديهم زدوم دقهم لولهم نجار كاو try to like
understand كابي يمطلو مئة relationship خم كي بلاشة you know هامو نعرخم هامو قاس بقاس ناتلما منكم ناتناغركم هامو يلكم تعابي مخنياتهم إزي نغرات إزي بتعامي is very important ناي قولعا development لأن إحنا emotionally development mentally development كنقبر نحن خوينا healthy and positively relationship communication مس ولدتاتنا بتعامي important يو عند حرس خاتم كلك زي تشلا تقولنا خويركم لخونا تشرك نمتخلنا like بتعمل أنا تصبو أي خوني أنحنا على نقول داينا بوشتي إنك نعب خلنا على مسخالات relationshipنا تصبو أي خاني مخناتهم مسخاتهم هم وتشلات والناس خونكم أنحنا على أسو تماهرنا لخالات لتشلا إننا تصبو relationship أنا أتي تصبو marriage أنا أتي دك أنا على تصبو كنعب يوم أين خالي مخناتهم أتي حمال تماهرنا يو أنحنا على نقوم لنا إننا نقولنا ناسي let's break generational curses let's try to hold ourselves accountable and let's try to have conversations with our kids instead of you know neglecting them means chilla تروم ويدمو حدوغني دخيمون إيه منام نلخم لا خالي معالتي منام تقولوا أسوتات كن حرقوني إنا خلنا نسمع معنا إنا خلنا كن خبر لإني إنا مالتيو okay we're gonna go ahead and get to point number 5 Henny got a little hot because it's getting spicy in this MF
so this is obvious in many cultures, but wealth really does determine someone's status, you know, in our communities. You feel me? You can see it. It doesn't really matter if they're a doctor or some like high-page thing. At the end of the day, the goal for most of the foreigners coming into America is to make money and live a better life than they were living in the past. You feel me? In their old towns and all that. That ain't right. You feel me? Because it's like they don't really show you good support until you make it. And then they write off most of the fake shit that they did or most of the negative shit that they did type shit. And that's weird. Yeah.
Okay, so basically what Zahawa is saying is and دقهم اتي استخاتهم I mean you know دقهم like for example and دقهم basketball كتشات يلدلي دكتور كخاني عادلي ويدمو you know artist من like كسل من يلدلي lawyer كخان عادلي كلكم خلا أخويركم نايتو دقهم decision support to go منكم ام بيت شلا كتلو اي بالخمي مخناتهم I know استخاتهم التعاوية تردينا يو بتعمل بشجر عبيهم الآن كتعبينا من better life هنا السلي ردنا يوجن هم أولا نتردنا نحنا استخاتهم لا تقدرونا نكم ناينا دليت ناينا هي وتلا بعنا كنتصحفون إنا ام بيت استخاتهم كتصحفونا ناينا تاريخ يبلخون هيوت بعنا كنت صحفان إنا ناينا هيوتيا أنا هم بعنا ندحلي نبرنا أين حقوسي ندح تحقوسنا دليهم لا support تجورنيكم you know ندح قلعهم ولا شيء ولا أتدليو تخونوا ترابر ولا ما باسكتبول تشعاتي خون جن مخروام هم تلردام غيرهم مخروام تتلدليو تولوام تنجر لا نجروام كأو بعلم دسالك جوروس chance have واملا You know what I mean? Okay, I hope that made sense. My Tigrinya is a little struggling right now. It's on wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that's probably fucked up. I shouldn't say that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, back to point number 6. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know if this stands for all households, but parents trying to baby their kids, like that shit is crazy.
Hey yo,
the amount of grip they be
having.
Say
that loud one more time. Say that a little forward real quick.
Yeah, for real.
No, like that ass. Repeat that one more time.
Yeah, the amount like parents need to chill with the amount of control they have on their kids in our community. It's just crazy because it turns us not into like, let me not get into the Asian and Indian community, but we don't get turned into anxiety. Damn, that sounds fucked up. But
just speak your mind, but just try to say it in a respectable tone. We turn
manipulated. You feel me? And it's seen in a lot of the characteristics of the youth nowadays, because parents can't ungrip themselves from their child, you know, and the child has to grow up. They see the world advancing and progressing. And it's like they can't catch up if this motherfucker just wants to keep us locked up. You feel me? Like, that's really just how it is.
Yeah, so basically the how low point you know دقهم كارنا طبق لهم أي تتحزوهم سدر أبلوهم you know allow them to be social allow them you know مس محزتهم من hang out كجورو عسى تجزي أف دق like جزات تقولي فهم كعبيو بسور الصوت عبابيا كعبيو خلوا لاتهم تصبوا أي خوني it could develop a lot of ناس حمام relationship كمرعي منام تشجر كم تأخذ يوم عتنا قر مكنياتهم socialize نجورو سلا عابي يوم مالتيو الناس مس محزوت ناتج أوتخا مس you know جزعم زعنا رأخا معواي تصبقوا emotional and mental development إننا دقهم سد دبلو إننا سد كدبلا trust خونني أو أسو trust لما تلا by communication you know chance تهوهم إنيكم ولا معتفات يطفو دقهم يوم تمهروا منكم أمهرهم خلق تأمنوا منكم by giving them a chance yeah I'm saying or else we all just going to get in one big guddle period emotionally you know بدقة بتعمي حيلتينا you know عدنا خلق زين كبا أنا سلتك زي خزلة سعرنا يومنا تقرأ لقرمي that's always خزنا متهين عرنا we have to work on our mental we have to work on our relationships miss family nama but we gonna get to point number 7
we calling these motherfuckers out y'all this is the youth shit even me
the youth
this is the past the present the future bro
all of it
we're hella opinionated
ooh
and I'm like bro like that shit is
like what do you mean though like I feel like that's a personal thing like
nah I'm calling out everybody our culture is hella opinionated let me call y'all before you go ahead because I don't know if niggas is feeling defensive but if y'all want to get down like that we can so first off let me call out one thing the older generation they have a thing where they hear something from their daughter let's just some random they hear something from their daughter perfectly factual information proven you feel me with a lot of resources and all that shit then they don't credit it at all. They be like, la, you know, let that shit just go. They hear it from an adult person in their family. Take that information and okay, now this is something to worry about. But instead of going to do research, they converse between random people to get more information and from there just base their whole thought on whatever this is they're talking about on that. They don't do their actual factual research. You feel me?
But sometimes that could also be a lack of like knowing how to do research because a lot of people do not have the privilege.
Sadly, it's not my fault. It's not my job to fix someone's ignorance, you know.
Well, I understand that, but you gotta also be willing to understand like some Habesha parents because they did not have the privilege to understand how to do research. Their resources are asking their other friends for information if they know anything, and you can't. I mean that's not a reliable source, and I completely understand what you mean by like them passing it on and just going off that opinionated I guess opinionated fact. That's not good. I think كنصرحوا you know بورنا تقابلنا سويلا ورا متحللا في مما نسو كنحرقوا you know
I don't mean to cut you off but socially too the way they talk about people before they
ورا تاتخم يقولوا لكم لا ورا تاتخم say in Tigrinya
y'all talk too
say
much
try
ورا
tat
ورا ناتات
ورنياتاتيكم يبلكم لا وري كارنا ايتفزحو كارنا اب حبشا كوميونيتي وبتعم وري بتعم يبزحيو سلنا نبع سلنا احواتكم سلنا whatever بقن معات ورنياتاتيكم يبلكم لا and I support him 110% you know سلنا يسبزو عيت النغاغر especially ندحر تغارو خوينا بأحواتنا منامن كنت سبورت نقبرنا إننا بك تحابيها محماي بتعامل صعبة أخواني ولا نشتي تخون ولا عبي تخون ولا أرجي تخون you all need to stop doing that shit because that's not cute إيش ده؟ إيشي okay we're gonna get to point number 8 this is a different kind of Gemini this is a May Gemini this ain't that June Gemini
shit let me think bro
you guys, his moon is in Libra and his ascendant is in Leo. If anybody wants to know, and mine is I'm a Sagittarius sun with Gemini moon and Gemini rising. It's okay, they don't know the whole entire chart. But go ahead, Gemini.
They know the nigga, bro.
Just go ahead. They don't know the birth time. So, Habesha tats. Comparing your children to other Habesha children or to other children. Period.
Seems so harmless.
Yeah. لأخاتهم هم motivation تقولوا اللهم يخمتم يمسلكم جن أي خواني ቆልዑኹም ምስ ካሊእ ቆልዑ ምውድዳር ወይ ደሞ ቆልዑኹም ምስ ካሊእ ከዝኖም ሃም አብርሃም ይደኹኒ ሃም ጨርቆስ ይደኹኒ ሃም ለተስኪዮር ደኹኒ like no ሃሙታት ኣይትበሉ ምክንያቱም ሓደ ነገር ታይኒዮ ልቶም ቆልዑት ጽቡቕ ኣረያ ኣይረኣዮይ ብንእሽተይ ነገራት እናተጸማመዱ ከዓብዩ እዮም ካሊእ ነገር ለለ ቆልዓ ምስ ካሊእ ቆልዓ ትኹን ትብልዮ ከለኺ ወይ ትብሎ ከለኻ لا اسخاس صبوق ايخون خاي اسخاس enough ايخون خاي اخاتبلو لها انا السوتات مبالل اللي قلعتخو اتعبايات for their mental and emotional صبوق ايخون اي انا السوتات لا تحرقون ياكم مستقهم اتيوت ايخي هم زم حزاخي سارة or I don't know عبابا I don't know nigga like هم علي تخوني هم زيت مهاري instead همو موبايل حديكم وإذا قالت هاي خصخي تمهار تدلي تاي كجبر كيخل كحجزك نابلخن ونابلخم قالتاتهم خيروا مكناتهم بطعمي important to you إشرا إشي we're gonna get to point number 9 we have one more so make it juicy.
Can you pause this shit?
No nigga let's
I wanna target any mothers of the Ethiopian community.
Who?
Any mothers?
Yeah but where community?
The Habesha community.
The Habesha community. But if it is a toxic trait within Habesha mothers, then I think it is something that needs to be like expressed.
I got one for the pops too, but
oh, that fathers. But we also want to emphasize one thing. Like we understand ولدتات معات غيرهم الآن تعبيو. I just really want to emphasize on this because you guys are really very serious about this. يرد أنايو معات شجر إخم حليفكم الآن تعبيو. كلنا قدي يرد أنايو. قلنا نحنا لن طيقكم خزي. نحنا لن عبل لنا. من نحنا لدك أنا تصبك نعبي إسخاتهم من نجار or نشتي تحجزنا ناي you know just fixing our relationship is very important. So let's go ahead and work on that. Ishi. Thank you so much for watching our video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
I got one, bro.
Nah, but it's done because the battery about to die. So go ahead and give your shout outs and tell them deuces. Give it a little personality. Stop. Come on, it's about to die.
Nah.